Hi, welcome everybody. We are so excited that you've joined us today at Team Ivanka Trump headquarters in New York City. I'm Brooke Thomas, founder and president of 360YourLife. And I'm just so excited to be here with my fitness partner.
Hi guys, my name is Kline and I'm the CFO and co-founder of Burn Boot Camp. Burn Boot Camp is a women's fitness franchise that is transforming the way people look at exercising, and we are transforming women and families all over the nation.
And I'm also very passionate about empowering women to come together, women, families, and live their healthiest lives through simple and effective tools. So that's what we're here for. And I've also been a contributor to the Ivanka site for a little over a year now, to the Entrepreneur in Residence. So I'm so grateful to be here doing that as well. And today we're going to be talking about making over your workspace. Okay, so your workday, we want to help people live a healthier life throughout the day. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be going through all of this amazing food and snacks.
Yep, we've even got some great fitness tips that we're going to show you that you can do anywhere, but especially in the office, to keep you active throughout the day. So all of that's coming to you. Plus, we first want to talk about our mindset, because we think that is overall one of the most important things to first have before you live a healthy life.
Right. I think it's so important to really set your intentions for the day. You cannot live a healthy life throughout your healthy day unless your mind is right and you have a healthy mind. So we always encourage women, especially in our community and who we work with, to really set your intentions. Know why you're doing what you're doing and have things around you that are positive. Like, for example, I always have on my desk my two favorite books that encourage me to, really remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, who I really am. I have sometimes like cards up with like verses or motivational quotes, just to remind me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, to stay focused. And the other thing is to really surround myself with women and people that feel the same way, so that we can encourage each other. We really just discourage, the whole water cooler talk, like, negativity. We always say, try to find somebody to give them a positive compliment. Really find people that you can compliment. It makes a huge difference.
Yes, exactly.
So,
and that's huge in my gyms. We are really big on positivity, and we give people high fives all the time. And when you step foot into the gym, there's no negativity. And so I would encourage you to translate that into your office, whatever that may be for you, and make sure that you're spreading positivity. There's a lot of negative in the world, but you can control your actions and your thoughts. So keep things around you that make sure that your mindset stays very, very focused and very, very positive. So
that's another reason why we love this brand.
Yes.
Because it's all about women coming together and pouring into each other, serving each other for the gifts and talents that they have. So, of course, I'm not a fitness trainer, so I'm glad, Morgan's my partner and my friend, because she can help me out in that area.
Absolutely. And Brooke's taught me so much about nutrition, and it's translated into my life and also my family's life. So we're really excited to be here today, and we'll get started into our food tips.
Yep. So we're going to first start out with hydration, okay? So water is one of the most important things that you can do, that you can consume on a daily basis. I start off with about 8 to 16 ounces of water every morning, and it can actually help you stay fuller longer, give you more energy, and also help just keep that inflammation at bay. And my favorite water to drink is alkaline water, because we live in a society where we're like bombarded with like the standard American diet, the SAD diet, so fake, fried, fast food. All that stuff is very acidic to our body, and acidity in our body leads to inflammation. Inflammation leads to disease, and so we want to make sure that we're doing things to kind of balance us out. And so alkaline water is one of the best things that we can do to kind of balance our body out when it's acidic, and just kind of that pH level. And I love the Diamond Creek brand just because it starts from a spring. This water actually starts from spring water, so it's a little cleaner than starting from like tap water. But if anybody has more questions about alkaline water, why, what kind, I have written about 3 or 4 blogs on my website, 360YourLife, and you can check those blogs out there if you have more information, or we'll be posting stuff later. So keep the questions coming, because we can go back and post really great full answers for you there too.
Yeah, and so if if you guys don't have access to alkaline water or you want to be environment friendly, another great tip is to find a filtered water jug that you can take to the office if there's a fridge, and you can fill this up every day and make it your goal to get through this entire liter or this entire canister of water. Your goal should be about half your body weight in ounces. That's a good goal to start with, to make sure that you're getting enough water. So when you are looking for filtered water, make sure that you look for a filter that's going to remove contaminants, especially lead. And that way you know you're drinking good, clean water every day.
And also what I love about that filter is that it's actually pennies per gallon. Like that, when you're, you can save money. Like it's pennies per gallon to use this kind of water. You can fill it up like in the bathroom.
Get a cool little water bottle and make sure that you fill it up and it stays full throughout your day at work. So water is key.
Yes, absolutely.
And the other thing that's key to start your day is breakfast. So a lot of the times, the majority of my clients are women. They're busy, they're moms, they're working, they're constantly on the go taking care of everybody else but themselves. So the thing I hear the most with my clients is they forgot to eat breakfast, or they didn't have time to eat breakfast. And breakfast is a very important meal of the day. So you want to make sure that you have some options at the workplace if you did get all the way to the office and still haven't, put any food in your mouth. So a great solution is to do a meal replacement or a shake, a protein shake. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can just get a shaker bottle and mix it in together, or I would encourage your office to get a blender and share a blender. We just did that at the Burn Boot Camp headquarters, and everybody is loving making their smoothies every morning. So we brought some blueberries and we just mixed that up with some ice. So protein, as you guys probably know, there's a lot of protein out there on the market. So you just want to make sure that you're finding a very clean protein that does not have artificial sweeteners, that's low glycemic, and that has a good source of protein. For this instance right here, I've got a great plant-based protein, and this has about 18 grams of protein in it. So plenty of protein to fuel my morning.
Yes, and I love that that's non-GMO also, and it's kosher certified. So you just really want to look for things that you can absolutely know that are safe and that are safe. That's the biggest thing. We were going to talk a lot about staying away from artificial. You're going to hear that a lot from us today. Staying away from artificial flavors and sweeteners, making sure that you're not putting like the sugar-free, fat-free, because they usually fill those items with chemicals, and so you want to make sure that what you're putting in your body is actually purposeful. And so we enjoy a shake every morning too with my whole entire family, because it's really the only way we would all eat breakfast, because with 2 dogs, a husband that travels, 2 kids, we're always just in a rush. So if we did not have that option, we would not be eating breakfast.
Exactly. So. And I know sometimes you look at the label and you're like, how do I know if there's anything in here I shouldn't be eating, right? Because a lot of companies may trick us and think that we're eating something good. Just make sure that on the label it's saying no artificial sweeteners, no artificial dyes, no artificial colors. That's a good indication that that has not been added to the protein or any food for that matter. And
do your homework. We've realized, the one thing about us is we really empathize with the working, busy woman. Even stay-at-home moms are working, busy women, okay? Yes. So everybody that's just busy and they're trying to do the best that they possibly can, we both have our own health journey, and that's why we're so passionate about what we do, because we remember the time when it was just so overwhelming and it felt like no matter what choice I made, it was like the wrong choice. Do you remember that? It's like, but I also realized like we just have to take ownership too and do our research. And once you do the research, it can be so simple. Like if you know that you can trust the company or you know what you're putting into your body. So that leads me to my next favorite thing on my desk is this is like my superfood energy boost power like trail mix, okay? So I have all my little favorite nuts and seeds in there, and both Morgan and I were kind of putting this together. We're like, ooh, that's our favorite, that's our favorite. And so I'm just gonna go through this. This is something that you can have on your desk every week and just refill it with your favorite nuts and seeds, and it looks pretty, so it looks appealing. If any of your colleagues come over to your desk, they can have a little snack too, and you can feel good about it. You can also put this in a Ziploc bag. Yeah,
if you're traveling, if you're somebody that works, out of their car a lot or is traveling, that's a great snack to have right in your car just for on the go.
Absolutely. So this is everything in here that I'm going to go over is very heart protective, really high in omegas, so really good for your brain, cognitive function. So we chose things that, you know, can really get you, empower you through the day. Again, these are nutrient dense little ingredients and snacks that can help you power through the day instead of choosing something in the vending machine that later you're going to regret. We want to make good choices, so when you're prepared you make better choices. So in here I have cashews, and I want to share my favorite little secret. I guess it's not a secret once I tell you, but okay, so after this everybody's going to want to run out and buy cashews because this is what happens. But basically 2 handfuls of cashews, okay, 2 handfuls is an equivalent dose of Prozac. Okay, it releases in a natural way. So it releases tryptophan in your body naturally the way that Prozac would chemically. So anybody feeling a little sad, a little down, or just, you know, it's just a good nut to have. So I always put cashews in my trail mix for all of those reasons. And then I also have some goji berries in here, which is like a superfood. Goji berries are really nutrient dense. Like, it's like so packed full of just vitamins and very anti-inflammatory, just really good. And it kind of has like that chew where you feel like you're eating something a little sweet and bad, but it's really good for you. Also, I've got pumpkin seeds. I know that's one of your favorites.
Yes, I love pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, high in omegas. Again, we're thinking about things that are thoughtful to get you through the day. The good fat in these things will actually keep you fuller longer, and it will help you to keep going where you're not going to have that slump from picking like a candy bar or M&M. So this is like a good exchange. And I say that because a lot of the women I work with, and I know you work with too, you know, that candy bar or that M&M or something like that is what I hear a lot about, like, I'm just having a little slump, I need a little chocolate. Yeah. And so that's why we put some chocolate chips in there. I always highly suggest like dark chocolate chips or vegan chocolate chips. I use Enjoy Your Life chocolate chips I like because they're vegan, dairy free. And then lastly, the almonds, again, really high in omega. It's just good fat. And I know that you love this.
Listen, ladies, we are real women too. Like, we have those cravings in the workday. Yes. We want the chocolate. You know, right. we feel like that afternoon slump or that morning slump before lunch, or, you know, so that's why have the balance. It's okay to throw a little bit of chocolate chips in there.
Absolutely.
Just have balance. And so that's why I love this option, just so it's my go-to. Because if I didn't have it at my desk or accessible to me, I would definitely probably be more apt to pick up a candy bar.
Right, so. And dark chocolate is high in magnesium. I mean, it's good for you if you choose the right chocolate. Like a milk chocolate really doesn't have any nutrients in it, so you want to choose like a dark chocolate or a vegan or something like that.
Yeah, and so if you want to show the chocolate chips, so the biggest thing, and I didn't know this when I first started eating a lot more nuts, but there's a lot out there that's like roasted and salted and maybe flavored. So I know Brooke taught me this one, to really look for something that is raw and unsalted. I mean, yes, sometimes I still get the salted again because I've got that craving, and I mix half and half with the raw and the salted. But make sure that you are actually looking on the back of the label to make sure they're not adding a bunch of, you know, unnatural flavors to the nuts.
And again, going back to kind of what we were talking about before, you know, we want to simplify this the most. And so that's where it can kind of get confusing, because if we were to just say almonds or cashews or chocolate chips, and you were to go buy a brand that's salted, toasted, roasted with additional sugar, and I mean, it's not apples to apples. So you want to make sure that it's really the quality of the product that you're putting in your body, the quality of the ingredient, because it really does matter. I know sometimes people don't think it matters, but it really does.
The added sodium is going to like bloat you, and so you want to just be really careful about that salted. But I wanted to talk about these chocolate chips that Brooke mentioned, because they are like my new favorite thing. It's Enjoy Life, and it's dairy, nut, and soy free. So these are great options for anyone with allergies or that's just trying to stay away from dairy, with still a lot of great benefits that chocolate can provide.
We have a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So someone's asking, they know that nuts have good fats, but what if they're allergic to nuts? What are some other good alternatives?
Yes,
we're going to talk about some of those actually.
First of all, pumpkin seeds. So any kind of seed would be really great.
Yep.
So a pumpkin seed would be a great alternative if they're allergic to nuts. And then also our other favorite, sun butter, which is sunflower seed.
Yeah, so we'll have a recipe at the very end of this that incorporates sun butter, and it's one of those things that you can still grab and go. But yeah, like Brooke said, any seeds would be a good replacement for nuts. And then still adding like the goji berries and the chocolate chips.
Right.
And
yeah, if you're allergic to nuts, you can still have chocolate, right?
Yeah.
No, but we were actually talking about this last night because we really have, compassion for a lot of the moms, especially, and people in general that are allergic to peanuts or nuts. And there's a lot of that going around.
Yep.
So we're always very thoughtful about having recipes and alternatives because we want everybody to be healthy.
yes,
Right?
and feel safe eating.
Another question is, besides the goji berries in your trail mix, is there any other type of dried fruit you would like, or do you like really just love?
I think goji berries have some great benefits, but any dried fruit is going to be a better option for you than grabbing some chips at the vending machine or gummy bears. So,
but you do have to be careful. Like I would just say, just like everything in moderation, and you have to be careful of the glycemic index. Like eating too much of it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better than, again,
Absolutely.
gummy bears.
Yeah.
Because I know you out there. I know there's some of you watching that like your gummy bears. You're even nodding your head, right? Okay.
I bought agave bears from Whole Foods for the office. I
Agave
know, and I'm like,
bears.
I should have done that.
Oh yeah. Once you start, you can't stop.
We're going to leave the goji berries
Yes.
for you.
You guys are going to be loaded up.
We are
after
loading
this.
you up until the next time we come. So, okay, so what's next?
Awesome. So next thing we've got is the hemp seeds. So this was what I was going to talk about. So these are hemp heart bites, and I love these as an alternative to like nuts if I've had a little bit too many of those, or it's a good alternative to granola. So hemp seeds and this hemp heart is really good for your metabolism. It's great for digestion, which we can all use a little bit of help in the digestion area sometimes.
Help in the digestion area.
And it also helps balance your hormones. So this seed, the hemp seed, has great benefits, and I love this company that's come out. They've got 3 different brands of this. So I'll show you what they look like, and you can eat like 10 of them per serving, which is amazing because you feel like you're actually getting a good snack. So these little hemp bites are loaded with good stuff.
10 grams of protein per 8 bites.
Yep.
So they're like rocket fuel on the go.
Exactly.
With energy.
And then, hi, Anna from Ohio.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. Okay.
Oh.
Is there a question?
No, we're just saying hi.
Oh, hi, Anna.
Everyone's really loving this information.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Okay, so so definitely get those. We're going to be eating those probably to our next venture after this.
These
which we'll
are
share with
perfect for my gym bag,
Yes.
or again, like something I just keep in the car for the times that I'm, got a crazy day and I just need a couple bites of something before my next meeting.
Yes. Okay, next we're going to keep going with the snacks that are kind of like really good protein sources and Morgan's kind of going to talk a little bit more about protein. It's so important that we get protein. So the good fats, purposeful ingredients that are going to fill you up. Again, the ingredients that are not only purposeful, but that fill you up to get you through the day so you don't have that slump. We all know, like in the moment when you eat something that you shouldn't, it feels really good. But like 30 minutes later, 2 hours later, you're like dragging. And so everything that we share, again, is purposeful. So I just love the sizes of these, okay? Like these are easy to just put in a desk drawer, put in your purse, put in your briefcase, your backpack, your gym bag, and anything like this that I could I have them in my car, a stash. I never, ever, ever go to fast food, ever, because I always have things like this laying around. Mm-hmm. Also for my kids, the same thing. So this is almond butter, and I was just saying earlier, I'll tell you my secrets that make me look a little bad, but it's okay. I love almond butter because I'm hyperglycemic, so I have low blood sugar, and so it balances out my blood sugar. And I used to eat almond butter like by the spoonful. I still do sometimes, and my daughters get so grossed out. They're like, that is so gross. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, on the way to school to drop them off before I go to work, I've been known to have like a plastic spoon in a Ziploc bag with some almond butter because I like the way it makes me feel. So then they came out with these almond butters that are this size, and it actually says to knead it and squeeze it. So you're actually supposed to put it in your mouth. So I feel a little more justified by, and this just makes it look nicer. And so, you can have these also just to put on like apples and it's just, again,
celery.
Yeah, celery.
Yep.
I just like the size, good to pack in lunch boxes, just a great size.
And just then, really quick, make sure, same thing with the nuts that we talked about. There's a lot of almond butters out there that are adding sugar and different kinds of oils and different kinds of flavors. So all you need is either dry roasted almonds or raw almonds.
Right.
Ground it up, and that's your almond butter. So
I've even
just a
seen
quick
like
tip.
chocolate almond butter with like 20 ingredients. So you just really, you do want to be
Yeah.
careful of that.
Yeah.
Okay, next, my snack bars. Okay, so I know you love these too.
Yeah.
Not all snack bars and meal bars are created equal. So I feel really strongly about this because you need to make sure when you're looking at a snack bar or a meal bar that it has a good balance in it. So this has 9 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, also non-GMO, gluten-free, low glycemic, kosher certified. So it's like a whole other level
Lactose-free.
of
So
clean.
for any of you that are
Yes,
lactose
intolerant. Yes, actually, that's a really good thing. 'Cause that's another thing. You know, the tummy bloat we want to stay away from. But again, you want to make sure that what you're putting in your body is not filled with contaminants. A couple years ago, I did a lot of testing on bars and shakes, and you know, we were so shocked at how many contaminants that you can find and toxins, and that goes against living a healthy life because you know there's things that we're never going to be able to control, right? Like we can't always control all the toxins that go in our body, but the things that we can, we want to make sure that we do. And so I just highly encourage you to make sure that you find companies that are testing for contaminants. So that's why I love this Shackley snack bar, and I trust it. So
we have some questions from online. One, someone was asking if we would name some of these products after, and yes, Abigail, we will. Another person was asking, is there a big difference between almond butter and peanut butter?
Yes, we actually were talking about that last night. I am a big almond butter fan, because it really comes down to that peanuts are, well, first of all, so many people are highly allergic to peanuts. So I'd rather just stay away from peanut butter. But the other thing is they're the most contaminated nut. So I know if you do organic peanut butter, you know, it's going to be better, but I just like to stick to almond butter or sun butter personally for me and my family. And because of the kids that come over, the people that come over, I know, like you were saying, your niece is highly allergic. You can't even probably have it in your house when she comes over.
Nope. So I love finding alternates for her. But like you said, the contaminants is just another reason. If I've got a healthier option, it took a while for me to get used to almond butter because I was used to peanut butter. But once I did, like now I just love almond butter. But if peanut butter is your choice, again, make sure that you're looking at the label, that they're not adding a lot of extra oils and salts and flavors to it.
All right. Okay. So
any more questions?
No other
questions.
Okay.
So
awesome. So speaking of protein, yes.
We didn't even rehearse that.
No, we didn't. Okay, so protein. A lot of women, again, and I've learned this through personal training, hundreds of clients, that they do not eat enough protein, okay? A lot of women don't eat enough protein, and so it's best to have some grab-and-go options that will get you some protein in. So, yes, it'd be ideal to have a warm, hot turkey breast or chicken breast all the time, but obviously that's not ideal. So a great source was this turkey jerky that we got. We got this from Whole Foods actually right before this, and what I love about the turkey jerky is it's lower in sodium and it's low in fat. I believe this is even fat-free. So turkey jerky is a great option for post-workout, or again, if you're just feeling really, really hungry, this is going to help you stay full longer. So making sure that you get enough protein in. And again, even at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you always want to center it around a good source of protein.
And I like the name, turkey jerky.
It is catchy, turkey jerky.
Someone had a question about popcorn. What do you think about popcorn as a snack?
So I don't think that it's an awful snack. It's not my #1 recommendation, but if you are going to do popcorn, make sure it's one that's not like a microwave. Get like an air popped machine, no butter, not a ton of butter, and salt. Actually, what a good topping on popcorn is, which is very surprising, is coconut oil. And it sounds really gross, but it is a good alternative to butter, is a little bit of coconut oil, and you're getting that healthy fat in there.
And then I'm wondering, that's what I was going to say, the healthy fat to give you that, because just popcorn alone is just going to be like
it's not very nutritious.
It's not really nutritious.
But listen, guys,
oil.
We're all about balance. So we're not gonna say you got to be so strict on everything you eat and you got to remove all this stuff from your diet. It's all in moderation, though. I wouldn't say that should be the #1 snack. You should look more towards some whole foods and something that's going to give you nutrients and fuel you for your day. But if popcorn is in your craving, you've got to sometimes just satisfy that craving. But just try the alternate of the coconut oil over butter.
I absolutely agree.
I hope that helps.
Yeah. And if you prep enough, that's the whole purpose that we have found, just being busy. You know, we both run multiple companies and we're moms, and we have amazing husbands that we love. And so we literally just need to make sure that we're prepared, and we know what it's like to feel unprepared and make bad choices. That's usually the people that are trying to help people out there. They're the ones that made really bad choices before, and we realize how to get to that place. So that's what we're really want to make sure we help you today with.
Yeah, and fueling yourself during the day when you're at work is so important, because as busy women, whether you're married or not, or you don't have kids, we all know that once we leave the office, we still have duties at home, and that's cooking dinner, laundry, cleaning the house. We don't get to go home and just, chill out for the rest of the day. So I've got to find that energy, and I got to make sure that I'm fueling my body the right way. So when I get home, I'm on it to make dinner for my husband, and I've got a 1-year-old who just needs all my attention as soon as I get home, which I love. Yeah. But I can definitely tell on the days that I don't drink enough water, or I didn't fuel my body the right way. I'm just like so ready for bed. So all these tips that we're giving you is really just to help you power through your entire day.
Because it's really. Oh,
another question.
Another question about essential oils. Do you have any thoughts?
I don't personally know much about essential oils, so I don't want to speak to that.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
But if you guys are interested, we can always cover it on the site, so let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody.
Note it.
Okay, so next we want to get to, so we want to talk about, obviously, we like to bring the packaged snacks, the snacks that that you can have here all week at work or in your car and be prepared. But really the reason why Morgan brought blueberries at the beginning is if you can have fresh fruit, like that's high in antioxidants, and you can have fresh veggies, we definitely encourage that. So if you have a refrigerator at work, we definitely encourage fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. So, I've got the celery and carrots just as an example, and some hummus. So hummus is made from chickpeas, and that's another great source of good fat, great source of omegas, will power you through the day, and it's crunchy, so it kind of satisfies that need to crunch. But again, this is if you have a refrigerator and you can bring veggies. We just always want to recommend real fruit and veggies first. But this is my next best option, kale chips. So again, if you're a crunchy salt, craving person, and you have that need to go get those chips from the vending machine, this, just have bags of this. At first it's a little bit of an acquired taste, but once you realize it's this or nothing, or this instead of chips, it will make you feel so much better. Your cells come alive. Kale is a superfood. It's really, really super nutritious, very nutrient dense, which means it's anti-inflammatory. You're gonna feel a difference. Again, I just want to encourage and challenge any of you out there that do love your chips or do love your candy to try this for a couple weeks, swapping these things. It makes a huge difference. We've been working with clients for years that, it's just those little changes that make such a huge difference in your day, because the biggest thing that we hear is, the fatigue, the tired, again, that 3 o'clock slump. And so these are all things that are going to help you kind of just push through and go, okay, you know what? I feel so much better. So kale chips, you can make these at home with real fresh kale in the oven for 10-15 minutes. It's so easy. Or you can buy them packaged at the store and keep them at your desk, and it's just something that so many people love. So
it's a great go-to.
Okay.
All right. So one of my favorites, our last food tip, which is one of my favorites if you want to bring the ingredients out. So these are Brooke's Energy Bites, and this is one of the first recipes that I got from Brooke, and I've been making them ever since, almost on a weekly basis if my husband won't eat them all in one sitting. No, I'm just kidding. But like I said, they're easy energy bites. So, Brooke, you want to talk about what's in them? It's 5 ingredients. It's super easy to make.
And I do have to say that we have Francesca here today from Team Ivanka. Because we flew in from Charlotte last night, I was like, okay, how am I going to make these and bring them? And you know, they usually stay better solid in the refrigerator. So Francesca's like, I'll make them, no problem. So she brought these in, kept them in the refrigerator, and I said, how'd you do? Because it was the first time. She said, they were so easy. It took me longer waiting in the line at Whole Foods for the ingredients than it did to make it. I was like, I'm going to tell everybody that today. So yes, these are just so easy. It shows you there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. All purposeful, easy ingredients. My kids come home from school, put on their little gloves, and they whip these out in like 5 minutes. It's nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, super easy. So again, we talked about the chocolate chips earlier. These are vegan, dairy-free chocolate chips. Honey is a great sweet alternative. Like we usually talk a lot about sugar alternatives because sugar, and we didn't really talk about it yet, where you know we really make sure to tell people to stay away from refined sugar and refined flour, because that's the stuff that kind of causes the inflammation, the slump, you know, in your workday. So there's so many sugar alternatives that come from a natural place, and honey's one of them. You just want to make sure it's raw, and if it's local, it also helps with allergies. Yeah. But again, everything in moderation. There's so many great alternatives, but everything in moderation. And then this is the sun butter we were talking about, made from sunflower seeds. So this little snack is so great for, again, anybody that has nut allergies, dairy allergies, just really great. So.
And then oatmeal. Yep. You do the rolled oats,
yeah,
right?
Gluten-free rolled oats.
Not the quick oats?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Big difference.
Yeah, so gluten-free rolled oats, and that has a healthier grain in there for you to keep you full longer. And then flaxseed. Flaxseed is the last ingredient, which is
brain fuel.
Brain fuel, high in omegas. So this is the end product. It's these little energy bites, and I love them for either midday, again, if I'm having that sweet tooth, or after I eat my dinner every night. This is my replacement for like ice cream or something chocolatey. Just one of them, they're very rich and they satisfy a sweet tooth. So
I haven't met anybody
that
doesn't like them.
I have not either. So those are great to make up like on a Sunday and then have them throughout the week. Maybe take 2 of them to the office, 2 at a time, so you don't eat them in one sitting.
And you can add protein powder to them if you want extra protein. You can add, some of the things from, this crazy, amazing energy boost right here.
Yeah, you don't have to have the chocolate chips. You can
do
coconut flakes.
Yeah, coconut flakes.
Yeah, there's all kinds. Brooke has a ton of recipes on 360YourLife, different ways you can make these energy bites.
And then we'll post the recipe for everyone asking after. So
yes,
don't worry.
we will post. We're definitely going to go back and answer any questions and give you anything that you're asking for. So I think.
So now it's my favorite time. We're gonna get up and move. We're talking about all this food, and it makes me want to move.
Okay.
So guys, I am here to show you a couple things that you can do anywhere. You can do this in the office, at your house, even when you're walking outside. It requires no equipment. So first one we're gonna do, and we're gonna get ready first. And just so you guys know,
we've got our Ivanka heels on, so we wanted to show if we can do this in our work clothes and our heels, anybody can do this.
Yeah, so the first one we're going to do is a wall sit. So imagine that you have to sit on a conference call and all you need to do is listen. You don't really need to be talking, or maybe you're watching a webinar. Stand up and put yourself into a wall sit. So Brooke and I are both going to do them. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your shoulders and your butt are pushing back towards the wall, and then you want to make sure that your hips are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your ankles. So that's good form on your wall sit. Yeah, you might not be able to see it, but I'll show you. In my blog, we have videos of all the good form on a wall sit. So if you don't need to talk, you can also do air squats. So, and I'm doing these in my heels right now, by the way. And I know you can't really see this, but air squats. It's going to get your heart rate up a little bit more, but I'm sitting all the way back on my heels. I'm keeping my chest up, my shoulders back. I'm getting down nice and deep, and I'm going to do as many as I can for 1 minute.
And my legs are already burning.
So that's a way to just get yourself moving, working those legs. It's almost summertime, so who doesn't want great legs to look good in their skirts and their dresses?
And we were saying, if you have a conference call, but you don't have to talk, put on your little headset and just do it. I mean...
Just do it. Just like Brooke said.
Morgan inspires me. Every day, just do it.
So the second one I have is called a rapid fire punch. And Brooke and I were laughing in the hotel earlier because I'm like, sometimes you get so stressed at work, or you just got off the phone call with maybe a customer that didn't close the deal, and you're just mad and you want to punch something out. Okay, so we're gonna
punch somebody.
Not punch somebody. I'm not a violent person, but just punch. So we're gonna do rapid fire punches. you're going to get shoulder width apart, you're going to bend your knees and just go into a quarter squat, and then you're going to punch across your body just as fast as you can for 20 seconds at a time. It's called burst training. So this is going to get your heart rate up. We're going to go for 20 seconds, and then we're going to stop for 10 seconds. And is your heart rate?
Yeah.
Even just from that 10 seconds we did, you can feel your heart rate starting to increase.
You might look silly, like a couple people walked by, but who cares? If your arms look better and you feel better.
And your core gets nice and tight, you're working your entire body, and you're getting your heart rate up. So do it 3 to 5 times, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and I promise you your mood is going to be lifted, and you're going to feel like you released a little bit of that tension from being stressed out.
Someone has a question about what's a modification for squats if they have knee injuries.
So the wall sit was why I gave that option, because you're not going to be putting as much weight on your knees in a squat. So a wall sit would be a better option for you. And again, you want to make sure when you are in the wall sit that you're not putting your weight on your toes, because that's going to put more weight on your knees. You want to, like I said, lean back into the wall with your shoulders and sit back on your heels.
Great. And then after, we will link to Morgan's page where she has videos of all the workouts. So don't worry.
So the third tip that we have, and we're going to have some fun with these, and I know you can't see us, but calf raises. So
should we stand on the table?
I don't know about that. What's better than a sexy looking calf in some pumps and a skirt? So again, summer's coming.
Yes.
You might find yourself at the copy machine or during a conference call. You need to go up and you're going to work your calf muscles.
Okay.
So doing a calf raise is you're going to go up on your big toe, and you want to not just stand on your big toe. Make sure that you're putting all your weight on your 5 toes. Up and down, just pulsing up and down. Again, 20 calf raises at a time, and then walk it out every time you go to the copy machine or every time after you go to the bathroom. Just set a goal every day, and it might not seem like a lot, but it adds up over time. So
yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. Just small results lead to huge rewards. I say that all the time on a nutrition level, but with this workout, I mean, I started doing it a few times a day. It really does make a difference, and your calves are sore. So.
Yes, so that's our tip. And then the last thing we're going to leave you with is a good tip is always have a gym bag with you. So whether that be stuck in your car or if you're in the city, keep one at your desk. And what I love to always keep in my, here, I'll let you display my stuff.
Thank you.
What I like to keep in my gym bag is obviously a nice workout shirt. You go, girl.
We love the blush pig.
See, we're always promoting each other.
Yes,
right?
And you can find this beautiful shirt on my website, burnbootcamp.com. Some pants, some workout pants. Obviously a nice supportive sports bra. I've got my tennis shoes. I've got my Swell water bottle, which I take everywhere with me and make sure it always stays full. And some headphones, and you're ready to go. So if somebody calls you and asks you if you want to go to a workout after work, you never have an excuse to not work out. Or if it's a beautiful day, stop at the park on your way home and get a fun workout in. And speaking of that, Brooke and I are heading to Central Park with my husband Devin, and we are going to be on Men's Journal at 3:00 p.m. showing you 30 exercises that you can do anywhere.
And tomorrow.
So, yes, and tomorrow you can catch us on Fox and Friends at 7:50 a.m. We're going to be talking more about Burn Boot Camp. So
and getting
we
a
would
little
love for you to
workout
join us.
We'll
Yeah,
share
we're going to
those
be
on our page as well, so don't worry if you can't remember.
Yes. Brooke and I like to practice what we preach, so of course, even when we travel, we get our workouts in.
And again, we really want to encourage everybody. We want to leave you with a challenge to try one new thing this week or today, one new thing a day that we talked about that really, that you felt like you needed to do, maybe pulled at your heartstrings a little bit. And our biggest thing is try to serve somebody, try to give somebody a compliment, and try to keep your environment positive. That changes everything. And we again, this is all about this movement of women who work and come together, and that's what we love so much. So please, I really encourage you to do that this week and share it on the Ivanka Trump page, and just share the excitement. And we're all about just supporting one another and rising up together. So thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Where they can follow you guys on social?
Oh yes. Okay.
I'm at Burn Boot Camp.
And I'm at 360 on Instagram, Brooke Thomas 360, and Facebook 360YourLife.
Perfect. Bye.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.